Oh, hey, you clicked on this video. No, what a poor use of your free will. I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Thank you so much for being here. For today's reading, right, before we get in, I just want to quickly remind you that you are really, really loved. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret, okay? To the age old question, right? And no, I'm not talking about the chicken and the egg conundrum, no. But the question that people have been asking for generations across human lifetimes is, how do you befriend fate? Fear not, because I am going to give you the answer, okay? And the answer lies in how you use your free will. Because you see, fate, destiny, whatever you want to call it, right? It's not static, it's constantly changing. Like if you were to put it in a math equation, A plus B is equal to C, where A is your past, B is the present, and C is your fate or your future or your destiny, right? Your becoming. And the only point in this equation where you really have control over is B, which is the present moment. And that is the only point in time where you can also make use of your free will. Okay, so that's why the spiritual superstars have always been so big on the present moment. Okay? Okay, and now finally it's reading time. And if you made it this far into the video, I am already so proud of you. Okay, let's go. Okay, so for today's reading, the message is quite clear for who it's for. Actually, the first and main primary group of people for whom this reading is for people who've lately been feeling so done with performing, right? And I don't mean in the sense of wearing a mask, but rather you're just tired of playing games. You it could even be something like a sword fight, a confrontation, where you are done, you're tired, you're bored, you're just throwing away the swords, and you're like, hey, I'm done playing, I'm gonna go home, and you're just walking away, right? It's the reason, right, this is happening is primarily because your resonance has changed to a point where these games don't seem to attract you, right? There's almost nothing there for you to win by playing these games. So that is why you kind of feel so done and you want to just get out of there or walk away. So if you've been feeling that lately, that you've been noticing that people around you, it could be workplace, school, wherever, people are everywhere, we can't get away from them. But you get it, right? So wherever people are kind of, you feel like they are pulling you into games that you don't want to play, and you notice yourself actively avoiding these situations, and you're not even partaking or giving away your energy to be a part of it. You're like mentally checked out maybe, and because of that, these people are confused now because they want someone to play with, and you're not there to play with for them. And the funny thing is, it's not like they're doing it intentionally, right? It's just how their boat floats, I guess. Like that's just how their motor rumbles, or like that's the way they vibrate, right? And it's just a part of it's all fun and games for them. They don't really take it too seriously, I think. And it's just normal, it's just a way of being, and it was for you also, right? It's just that you've grown out of it and now you don't care. It's kind of like being reminded of this, when you're a child and you have these toys that you love to play with, and eventually you grow out of some of those toys, and you move on, right? It's kind of like that. But when you were playing with it, when you loved it, you had something you were gaining from it, but that eventually ended because you grew up, right? It's just that at those ages, it's very evident, oh, they grew up and they are moving on, because you usually see people growing up in physical sizes, or the change is very apparent because you'll become very more emotionally mature maybe. I mean, when you're a child and when you've grown up, it's pretty obvious, right, when you've grown out of a stage. But when you're an adult, it's not so obvious, and I think that's because the changes happen at a more subtler level, right? And that's kind of why people break out of relationships out of the blue, people leave jobs out of the blue, people leave marriages out of the blue, people leave their children, so many things, right? It's because suddenly their system isn't functioning the same way it used to. There's something that changed in the circuit, right? And we are not here to pass judgments. There's so many different possibilities as to why that can happen. But this is the situation that I'm being shown. This reading is for someone who lately feels like their game has changed and they don't even know what they're doing, where they're doing, whatever they're doing. Okay, so if you're still here, I have a very short but yet very, very sweet message for you, my friend. Right? So, first, to build the foundation, right? I'm going to take it a bit slow and try to explain it to you clearly so you know what's going on rather than me just giving you the guidance or the message itself. So, what is happening? So, to put it in a very simple term, it's like you're moving phases in life, okay? And this movement may not be a physical one because we are reading energy out here. So, on an energetic level, you are moving phases, I can see. And that is kind of why your older battles that you're battling, you don't want to battle them. Your older games you're playing, you don't feel like playing them, is because your software has kind of reached to a default state. Okay, it's just taking a break right now. It's not engaging in this triggers or stimulation from outside because there's nothing to gain from it. I think that's the reason. I'm not too sure of the reason, but anyway, the main point is that you're at a state where it's blank, the slate is clean, and the guidance is very, very specific. The message itself is showing me a guy, like, you know, sitting in front of, with a blacksmith kind of guy, holding a hammer in front of a fire and creating shields. So that is exactly what is in store for you, or the message that is there for you here is to go create your shields and be damn deliberate about it, okay? Because you are at a state where there's no real resonance that you're attached to, right? Which means the possibilities are endless, my friend, okay? The kind of people you want to meet, the kind of things you want to do, whatever it may be, this is your time to really, really be very deliberate about it. How do I tell it? Be very specific about the details, how things you want things to make you feel, the kind of things you even want to do in life, or whatever it may be, right? It's completely up to you. What I'm here to show you is that the reason you've been feeling lately kind of like done with playing these games is because your soul wants a new level of game to play, right? And what that game is for you to find out or for you to create, okay? There is an element of creation energy that is so prevalent in this message that I can see, right? So the possibilities are truly, truly okay. There's also like kind of like a warning, or rather like a heads up, that I'm being asked to show you guys, is that tell you guys rather, is that since you're changing phases in your life, your resonance is changing, and you kind of don't want to partake in the games you see the people around you are playing, is to be compassionate to the people who are there and to move on peacefully to their next phase, you know, because they are playing the game that they know to play, and that's what they play for their survival. So just let them be themselves and you move on, because you know, you never know, maybe they'll also meet you at your vibration levels eventually in the future, and a different kind of friendship can definitely be there for you. But even if not, right, we don't know that. So for right now, your guidance is to try to not burn bridges and to be compassionate to, if you can, towards the people you're leaving behind and you're moving, or rather just focus your energies only on creating the kind of future that you want, right? However you want it, you're gonna get it. And with that, we have reached the end of the video and the reading. Once again, thank you so much if you made it to the end. Really would mean a lot if you can let me know your feedback, thoughts, likes, comments, anything, you know. And yeah, thank you so much for being here if you are here. And just remember that you are always really, really loved. So take care of yourself. Goodbye.